And we're back. Let's Selling America, where our answer today is Eliot Spitzer and corrupt government officials at every level. As I said, this is affecting all other countries as well. My special guest is David Raymond Amos, and please, David, continue to carry on.
Yes, just to head people off at the pass here, if our calls keep getting interrupted, I'm calling on a Canadian phone system known as Aint. The chairman of the board is a lawyer by the name of Charles White. They've gone into an income trust, but they're owned by Bell Canada and actually Thompson Corporation and the Ontario Teachers Pension Plan. I don't know if you've heard of the Ontario Teachers Pension Plan, but I'm sure any lawyers heard of Thompson Corporation. They own Westlaw, etc.
Oh.
That said, Martine Turcotte is the general counsel of Bell Canada, and I have answers from her from 5 years ago. One of the only director of Bell Canada is a former SEC lawyer by the name of Robert Posen. He was hired by Sun Life Canada, the insurance company, to fix MFS's problems in Boston. MFS is the company that invented mutual funds. Now, who I am is a whistleblower about financial crime, which is purportedly Eliot Spitzer's forte. Now, how you and I cross paths is the name Eliot Spitzer come up from your website and from your conversation with me. I didn't know you from Adam. Werner was talking to you. He's not very familiar with the internet and passed me to you, and you and I got talking when Eliot Spitzer come up. You and I took a great interest in each other. So I studied your case as best I could from afar, and the two documents that convinced me of your sincerity was Commissiononic's letter to Spitzer.
Yes.
And the affidavit sworn out by the lady that had the foster care of your child while you were fighting a battle to keep him.
Yes.
So then you asked folks to contact an assistant attorney general in New York. And as you know, I'm not a shy man, and I most certainly did. And I, with your permission, I put your name and mine in the same sentence and emailed to that lady. Now, from what I could see from the web, from my own personal experiences with probate and family courts in Massachusetts, from a different side of the fence than you approached the court, I'm not in a divorce action or anything with my wife, but I've witnessed many things within the court and have experiences with them that absolutely supports everything that happened to you. The courts are absolutely corrupt, not just in New York, but everywhere in most countries, yes. Canada included. They most definitely use the court to their advantage to pursue their own ends and not protect the public's interest or uphold the law. Now, in support of your defense of your child and your license to practice medicine, I checked your work as best I could from afar, and you have been offended greatly, ma'am. And my heart goes out to you and your son. I checked and called the Attorney General of New York, the weird judge who lost the last election is the son of Italy. When you said Masonic stuff, yes, I understand about that. The other judge, the black lady that threatened you, I checked her out. They're all a very strange bunch in New York, as we all know. But it's not just New York. It's everywhere. Exactly. Now, to pique the interest of the listeners of your show, most folks don't care what happened to me. Most folks don't care what happened to you. Most folks look to their own interest first. Our conversation about Mr. Spitzer should be of great interest to anyone who has concerns about paying taxes and their own pensions and savings and their own children's future. So as they listen to our conversation about our concerns about our families' interests, our rights, they should check what my documents on the web and yours, verify to their own satisfaction what is true, and address their issues with their particular congressman, senator, U.S. attorney, whatever way they want to look at it. Now, you sued that judge in federal court, and Elliot Spitzer had a double-edged sword. He must defend state defendants, but he's also, as Attorney General, must prosecute criminals.
Exactly. Okay, wait, hold on, David, because I hear the music again. We're going to a break, and that's what people have to realize. When the corruption of the state officials is affecting the people, then obviously they're putting the state officials first. And this is a very important thing people have to learn, because it's going to hit you soon, folks. Eventually, it will hit you too. We'll be right back after these messages. Stay tuned. And we're back with What's Ailing America and the World. And our answer today is Elliot Spitzer and corrupt government officials at every level, with my special guest, David Raymond Amos. And I just want to say, in terms of this being a global problem with corruption in the courts, when the International Criminal Court was first started, I signed up for their newsletters, and the very first thing they did was to pass a dictum that the judges in that court would be immune as well. You see, that's what the problem is, people. The state actors are always immune, even if corrupt, malicious, or incompetent. And I just want to remind the listeners that Attorney General Spitzer became Governor Spitzer, who then became Client 9, who then was basically shamed to leave office. And his successor is Andrew Cuomo, who turfed my case to the Assistant Attorney General for Social Justice. What a joke. Her name is Mylan Dennerstein. I suspect she's probably listening today. And this happened after a large group of people in Long Island demanded that he investigate the case after Andrew Cuomo went on what he called a road show, and a number of my supporters there gave him documents about the case. But anyways, please do continue, David.
Okay, I don't want to take over your show too much, but I'm quite intense about my affairs and my concerns as much as you. So
no, go ahead.
To put people on the same page as you and I, what you said about all of that is true. Now, one thing that a lot of people are not aware of about the power of your Attorney General in the state of New York is there's an act, I believe it's called the Martin Act, and it has almost the same powers, if not more, as the Patriot Act. Now, it came into effect after the stock market crashed, and basically the Attorney General in New York has more power than I believe any other Attorney General in any state in your union. And Attorney General Spitzer was well aware of the act, but more important, he was well aware of the media. So he would, in his early days of office, speculate that, say, he was going to investigate Merrill Lynch. The people would react in the stock market. Their stock would take a tumble. He'd bring them to the table, and they would settle and pay a fine without litigation. The Martin Act, according to it, if my memory is correct, I mean, if you sell a pencil by way of New York, he can bring you in without right to counsel, see all your records, et cetera, et cetera. It's a heck of an act that most attorney generals would love to have to enforce, but only the Attorney General has that big stick in New York that I know of.